Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Hey, how's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something I was actually asked in one of my comments from my most recent video, and if I could possibly do a video on my thoughts or even a theory for the new Halloween film coming out in a couple of months' time. So this video will be dedicated to Gamer Fiends. Thank you very much for asking me to do this. I was going to do it eventually. I thought really maybe when it comes closer to the day I would do it, but since he asked, I thought, you know what, why don't I sit down for a while, write a script, and have this video done. So what we know so far about the movie: it's taken place 40 years after the events that took place on October 31st, 1978, and I think we should speak a bit about the damage Michael took throughout the night. In the scene which Laurie gets back to Tommy Doyle's house, she sits down and Michael appears behind her, and she grabs some sort of a large sewing needle by the looks of it and stabs him in the neck. So a couple of scenes later, she's actually hiding in some sort of closet in someone's bedroom, and Michael tries to break in, and she grabs a coat hanger and she kind of modifies it and then uses that to stab him in the eye, which leads to him dropping his knife, and she picks it up and then she rams it into his chest. Now, it looks like she got him in the ribs, and that's very important, so that never ended up killing Michael. And then we have Dr. Loomis coming in, he shoots him 6 times, Michael falls off the balcony, and the movie ends off with Loomis discovering that Michael actually isn't lying on the grass outside the Doyle residence, so, you know, Michael must have got away. Now, we'll talk about what could have happened afterwards in a couple of minutes. What I do want to talk about is the damage Michael took during this night. So, let's explore the chances of Michael being immortal here, mortal, not immortal. For the knife to really do damage to Michael, or better yet, kill him, I think Laurie would need to stab Michael horizontally with the knife, so it actually slip through his ribs and do major damage. At most, she probably actually stabbed him with it and pierced the skin and hit bone. Now, still a very dangerous thing, and it could kill Michael. In fact, it's not saying, oh, if you don't stab someone in the ribs horizontally, you're not going to kill them, because you can. But chances are she didn't kill him, because the knife actually didn't go right through past the ribs and hit any major arteries. The knife more than likely just hit the bone. Now, I cannot explain how Michael survived 6 slugs to the chest. That's kind of, I have no idea. But I mean, most of the time when you're shot, it comes down to the fate. You know, you roll the dice and you might live, you might not. It all depends. When the bullet really enters your body, though, your flesh will absorb a great deal of momentum, or the momentum the bullet was carrying. Say for example, if it's a 9mm bullet, which is most commonly used with handguns, it travels at about 1,450 kilometers an hour. And that momentum has to go somewhere, so the bullet will transfer into your body, causing it to expand and create a large cavity, then falling back in on itself. So it is possible to survive multiple gunshot wounds, depending on the path those bullets take. And it is a surprise there was no loss of consciousness, but like I said, it all comes down to fate. Now, I have no idea what kind of bullet Dr. Loomis used, but I don't think it would have made a huge difference. I figure maybe a 9mm would do the damage to kill him, but as we know, it didn't. So now on to Halloween 2018. I believe this movie will kick off the night of Halloween 1978, but I don't think Michael will be roaming around the neighborhood like he was in Halloween 1981, which is the second movie. If they truly are gonna make Michael immortal, then walking around after getting stabbed, you know, and shot wouldn't really make any sense. He would be either dead or at least unconscious, because it's a great deal of damage done. He can't really be walking around from that. So if you take a look at Halloween 2, we immediately notice that Michael kind of picks up a knife from the Elrod house and begins to hunt for his sister Laurie. So no, I don't believe that this film will start off anything like the second film did. I'd like to mention a possible theory I seen from the Dave McCrae Halloween prediction video. I watched this one a couple of weeks ago, and he had a very good point in how they could start off this movie, and he mentioned that a possible way to start off the movie would be for the police to find Michael, or even better yet, have a scene in which Mrs. Elrod finds Michael injured in her backyard, and that would be a great reference to the Elrod scene from Halloween 2, as he said. So if you actually want to see another video talking about theory, Dave McCrae, you've probably already seen it, but he has a video on it too. If someone was stabbed in the ribs and shot 6 times, then it would make a lot of sense for them to be found unconscious somewhere. So that's why I feel like Michael, you know, he would be unconscious in the second film. We should be, because he was shot and stuff, you know. He shouldn't be alive at that point. So that's definitely something I would back. I think it would be very interesting if they done it that way, but I don't think they will. It would be very easy for them to take Michael to Smith's Grove Sanitarium and lock him up for all these years, and in that case they wouldn't really have to explain where he's been. Like if Michael's been roaming around for 4 years, why did he come back all of a sudden? Why did he come back on Halloween, or on October 31st, 2018? Why this day in particular? So the question always comes up with Dr. Loomis, and I know I've discussed the possibility of Dr. Loomis being, not Dr. Loomis, another actor playing a similar role to Dr. Loomis, and I think as far as they will go with that, they'll have someone else play a similar kind of role, be a doctor for Michael in some sort of mental institution. Or even if they wanted to, they could play it off as a character, you know, that's related to Dr. Loomis, like, you know, a daughter or son, and maybe they grew up seeing their father obsessed with Michael Myers, and after hearing that Michael Myers broke out with Smith's Grove Sanitarium, for this movie, they want to help out and finally put an end to it for once and for all. So that could definitely be a cool, you know, homage to Dr. Loomis, and you know, they could do it, they might not, I'm not too sure. It's a way I'd like to see it go, as I do want to see some sort of Dr. Loomis reference in there, even if it's a picture on Laurie Strode's wall, maybe as like a thank you or something like that, or maybe not a wall, but you know what I mean, like it could be something small like that. But yeah, now on to Laurie Strode. I've seen a couple of photos float around on Instagram and stuff, and those photos were showing Laurie holding the gun and getting a bit of target practice in. Now, from that kind of picture, I get a feeling that she could possibly be a sheriff or a cop or something. You know, it could all add up like that. Like, Laurie is a grandmother, so not only is she fearing for her own daughter's life, but also her granddaughter's. She would surely know that Michael isn't going to go down easy. You know, she's seen it firsthand how hard it was to take him down back in 1978, so a little firepower might not really do the trick here. I do feel that the movie will kind of be centered around Laurie's granddaughter, as she's around the same age Laurie was back in Halloween 1. So on to the discussion about how Michael could possibly escape. Let's say he's locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium. I believe one of the doctors may make a huge mistake, causing Michael to escape and head back to Haddonfield. And if Laurie truly is a sheriff in the movie, which I feel like she might be, it looks to be that way, and obviously this is kind of my prediction, it's not true, I'm just saying it could be a possibility. Then, you know, she would 100% know if Michael had broken out of Smith's Grove Sanitarium, and then she would probably put Haddonfield on lockdown. Now, I've seen a few pictures about the Haddonfield Halloween party, and that would probably be a great place to actually have some sort of massacre. And if Michael was to go for Laurie's granddaughter, Andy Mitichek, I think her name is, she plays the granddaughter in the movie. I could be wrong, please don't quote me on it, but I feel like a great place for Michael to try and get to her would be through a Haddonfield Halloween party. You know, everyone's going to be dressed up, a lot of these kids are new, they're young, they might not know who Michael Myers necessarily is or who he looks like, or sorry, what he looks like, so it would be a great place for Michael to sneak in and kill off a few teens like he would. So that's definitely a possibility. And I feel the only way to really kill Michael Myers off for good is having Laurie do it, because that's how I feel it will really end. In the end of the day, like, if they don't kill Michael in this movie, then he'll probably be back in another one soon, and I don't want to see that happen. So maybe killing Michael Myers off is probably the best way to put a nail in the coffin for him. And a final showdown between Michael and Laurie would be the best way to do it. And Michael's in his 60s at this point, so maybe after all these years, it's a little bit easier to take him down. And who better than Laurie to do it? I mean, the beauty of the movie is that we don't really know much about it. Not a whole lot has been announced, so we truly have no idea. And these are just my predictions for the movie. They might be similar to yours, they might not. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, be sure to let me know, and you know, what the direction of the movie you feel like it will go in for you. I have no idea, to be honest. But look, it's been like a short prediction video. It's theory. Nothing too long. Like I did say, Dave McRae, he has a video talking about his predictions, and his is vastly more detailed compared to mine. I made the script for this video in about a day, obviously less than a couple of hours, and you know, it's just, I can't think of too much at the minute because not so much has been announced. But the best thing I can do for you guys and for any prediction video is I'm gonna wait until more information has come out. I want to see a trailer, and that's the best way I can kind of get an idea of where this movie might go, because right now it's all really word of mouth and I have no idea. But the one thing I do want to say though is, I made a video talking about a spoiler that came out with Halloween. I mentioned it before, and it was how, and spoiler alert again by the way, it was how apparently there is a scene with Michael Myers in a hospital. So I feel like the Michael Myers hospital scene definitely will be a thing, but I have no idea how that might go down. Like, honestly, I have no idea at all. I'm not sure, guys, I really haven't. Regardless though, let me know what you think in the comments below, as most of the time reading comments I learn a lot. I really do. I learn something new most of the time, and it's great to read and reply. I'll have a great discussion with you guys down below if you want to. Regardless, Halloween hits theaters October 19th 2018, so I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for listening. Have a nice day, everybody.